A large portion of this country exists below sea level. Without constant, active intervention, the heavy waters of the North Sea would reclaim the land in a matter of days. The very existence of this physical space requires a continuous mechanical defense against the ocean. Early inhabitants engineered these windmills as heavy-duty industrial pumps. They were built for the mechanical necessity of lifting millions of gallons of water from the low-lying basins back into the rivers, systematically pulling dry land from the sea floor. As the water was pushed back, the resulting trench systems were expanded into dense urban grids. Cities grew directly alongside these channels, integrating severe flood management tightly into the foundations of everyday homes and streets. By the time the tide reaches these inner networks, its raw force has been entirely neutralized. The surface barely ripples as it flows through the heart of the capital. What appears to be a natural geographic landscape is actually an extensive terraforming project. Every square inch of the ground has been calculated, pumped, and fortified simply to remain above water. With the water successfully held at bay, the nutrient-rich reclaimed soil offered a new opportunity. The focus shifted from mere survival to cultivation, allowing the rapid growth of densely packed, highly valuable floral crops. This new geographical stability created massive economic wealth, which in turn funded a prolific era of creative output. Painters achieved immense mastery over light and shadow, documenting the human condition with extreme precision. That intense visual focus evolved over the centuries. Later artists pushed past strict realism, using aggressive brushstrokes and saturated, vibrant colors to convey raw psychological states. Over time, a specific social philosophy emerged alongside the art. The locals call it Geselligkeit, a word without a direct English translation, describing a cultural priority for intimate, warm environments and tight-knit communal bonds. The rich aesthetic traditions and communal warmth of the country are the direct dividends of generations spent securing a highly volatile landscape. That centuries-old drive to engineer the land did not stop with seawalls and canals. It accelerated. Today, massive steel and glass superstructures dominate the commercial hubs. Rather than replicating the historic brickwork of the past, civil engineers now prioritize extreme structural efficiency, designing high-tension spans that move millions of people across the waterways every day. The mechanical principles used in the 17th century have also been drastically scaled up. Massive kinetic generators are now anchored directly into the seafloor, far off the coast. Instead of simply fighting the ocean's forces to stay dry, these arrays capture the immense atmospheric energy above the water, converting it into a primary power source for the entire grid. That exact same scaling applies to their agriculture. The open-air tulip fields have been supplemented by vast, precision-controlled facilities bathed in optimized LED lighting. By micromanaging temperature, water flow, and light spectrums, a landmass roughly the size of Maryland consistently ranks as the second-largest exporter of agricultural products on the planet. The geometric neon glow of these commercial complexes strikes a sharp contrast against the soft morning mist of the outdoor botanical gardens. Yet hyper-efficient technology minimizes resource waste and land use. The technology creates the exact conditions necessary to preserve the delicate ecosystem surrounding it. This society thrives by holding contrasting ideas simultaneously. They heavily protect their historical foundations while constantly pushing the limits of modern efficiency. The minds that designed heavy timber gears to push back the tide operate on the exact same logical wavelength as the engineers raising illuminated towers today. The result is a highly industrialized, globally competitive economy that retains its cultural identity and natural landscapes while achieving massive scale. Dutch hydrologists now export these flood mitigation strategies to delta cities from Jakarta to New Orleans, adapting their dike and pumping systems for rising sea levels. By proving that high-density urban life can flourish 10 feet below the waterline, they've established a workable template for a changing global coastline. Every canal, turbine, and field is the result of conscious choices. The entire physical landscape operates as a deliberate, ongoing act of human will.